Betley? You are muted?
Oh.
Yeah. So everyone, I'm gonna be on break for half an hour and Betley is gonna take over. Have fun.
The Betley. Oh, it actually worked. Go. It's okay, we have like 25 minutes of just Betley! I didn't plan a thing! It was kind of just, yeah, I'll take over. There's a couple of breaks where I'm free, so I can talk, and I made sure to set up a Fugi, and box it up a little thing, and I've got nothing planned! And thanks for the read, TV! Let me give you a shout out. Oru! Yeah, I should have had a plan, but I got plans for the other stuff, so I didn't think about that. It was kind of like, yeah, this is a thing I could do. It'll be a nice way to keep Chet occupied for. That was kind of all I went. I was too worried about getting everything else ready. So, how's everyone liking it so far? Everyone having a good time? Oh yeah, I could put myself in the title again. Betley is a duck? Yes, Betley is a duck. Quack quack. I made sure, I've got several duck shirts because, of course I do, why wouldn't I? So I made sure to break one of them out for today. I'm a quack addict. Ugly, yes. Look at the goals. Here, take a look at the Discord. I can't pull it up. Yeah, coming up after this, it's the interview segment. That's where we actually have stuff planned. Just before we got some fun questions planned out. And then after that should go for about an hour and a half. And then we got the segment you've all been waiting for. We got Smasher Pass. And I think I ended up in total getting 92 selections from that. Most of what people sent in. There were some I didn't put in just because, yeah, kind of repeats of stuff, but it should be a lot of fun. I know people are looking forward to that. And if you haven't taken a look at the schedule, at what's this at? Where's the schedule? At 1 p.m. CEST, we're gonna be doing Betley learns art. So we're gonna be going. We have it set up. We're gonna do like a big thing, and Fox is gonna teach me how to draw. What's your favorite type of seed? Ooh, I don't know. I'm not really a seed person. I'm a bread person. You give me like, give me a nice piece of bread. I would say, not the seeds. And like, yeah, I shouldn't eat bread because I'm a duck, so it's like that's real sugary. Have a favorite type of bread, just like basic white bread. Better be good fucking bread. I'm basic white bread. I'm a picky ass eater. I'm notoriously a picky eater. Always have been. It's much to the chagrin of my mother growing up. I'm a picky eater. Fired. Are you scared of cats? No, I have a cat. 14 and a half years old. She's an old lady. Real old kitty. The duck is a cat. The duck does have a cat. Welcome back, Firemaster. You're on Betley Showtime. It's break time with Betley. We got another 20 minutes of this, and then coming up after this, we get the Betley interview. Oh, good. Animal friendships are the best friendships. You know all those cute videos. Break time with Betley. Yep. There's gonna be at least one more of these too. Oh, maybe in the next, what's that, 12 hours? Yeah, maybe the 15 hours between now and then I'll actually have something to talk about ahead of time planned for that one. There might be a third one, that will depend upon what it is, because it's a kind of weird time for me. But we got at least one more of these coming up towards the end of the Duck-O-Thon. Right before the repo. When we get to the interview segment, we have some questions pre-prepared, but we're also, if assuming we have time afterwards, we probably should. We're gonna open up the questions for chat to make sure when that time comes, if you have anything, you can get that ready. And spirals or Mobius strips? Oh, Mobius strips. I recognize the name Mobius strip. What is this? Spiral. Mobius strip seems like it's just a circle that's trying too hard. Or a circle that got dented. Ooh, and while we're at it, let's check. Because I know we were getting close to 800 on YouTube. Let's see what we're at now. You guys over there? Let's see. We are at 794 still on YouTube. So if you're here and you're not subscribed to the YouTube, you should be, because, as Fox said earlier at the start of the stream, if you did it, we hit 250, which means we unlocked the Fox tease for the future. Fox has now quit her job. She leaves end of June. She gave her notice back in mid-March. She's been dying to tell you all. Let me tell you, there were so many times that Fox was like, "Oh, please, let me say," wanting to give like little hints as to what it could be and stuff. But I was like, "No, you gotta save it. It's too early to tell now." And she really wanted to, but nope. I held her off. What the Fox? Hello, this is Betley, the mod. Yeah, Fox is on one of her 4 scheduled breaks. You can see the full schedule in the Discord. If you go to the announcements channel, you'll see the full schedule here, but this is one of 4 scheduled half-hour breaks, and at least for 2 of them, we have Betley here. Yes, she did say that, like, oh yeah, I probably told a few too many people about it. We obviously knew she could tell people besides the normal ones, but I mean, we knew she was gonna tell more people than just me and whatever. overall, she did a pretty good job of keeping it. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Overall, though, she did a pretty good job of teasing it enough where some people might have had an idea that it could be, but ultimately it was still a real surprise to even those who thought it could be. But yeah, it should be fun though. It's gonna be. We got big things planned for when that actually happens. And yeah, we got big changes coming too with all that. But yeah, so I'll probably get into it more during the interview too. But as we talked about, this is for a Duck-O-Thon. This Duck-O-Thon is all to get me a PC. I didn't want this to happen. This is, you guys at Fox really kept like, oh yeah, no, Betley should have a better PC. Betley should have a better PC. We should get Betley a PC. And I was kind of like, nah, I'll just ignore that subject for a while. And then the time came, and it's like, eventually Fox was like, okay, we're just gonna do this. We're just doing this. Like, okay, I guess we are. Were I religious, I'd keep her in my prayers over this. So Betley, you excited for PC? I'm excited. I'm hoping to, instead of just like yeah, as Fox kind of talked about, if I have like 4 tabs open, that's when I get like a little pop up after a couple minute or two, be like, oh hey, you might, that's when it starts lagging. How much can a PC cost? $10. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Yeah, let's say 10. Sure. Let's go with that. Yeah, but having be able to do that, plus then once we do, I want to be able to learn some sort of basic editing to try to help with the YouTube channel itself, along with the VOD channel. IFC, I push the stuff out on the VOD channel. That's what I'll be doing. I'll spend my Monday going through this entire VOD, and I'll be cutting this up into segments and pushing all that out. But being able to actually put together videos, just some basic stuff. I can't imagine, especially early, that I'm going to be able to do anything fancy, but stuff along the lines of the clip compilation. Stuff like that, stuff where it doesn't take too much effort, but enough where, like, I can put something together that's good enough that people will watch, and it just gives something, it lets Fox focus on bigger projects, bigger stuff for the YouTube. But that'll all come in time. But until then, I got the Chromebook. Whenever it comes time to do to actually order a PC, I'll probably just end up in a call with Fox or something like that. Be like, okay, you tell me exactly the site to go to, tell me exactly the things to click, and yeah, because as you can imagine, given I've never had a PC outside of like the family computer we had when I was like a little kid, when I was a kid, I know nothing about PCs. I know nothing about specs. I went and got the specs for the Chromebook I have to be able to talk about it when it comes time. And even that's like, yeah, okay, I've heard people talk about some of these words before. I couldn't actually tell you what any of these mean and if any of this is good or bad. Obviously, it's mostly bad because it's a Chromebook, but it does a job that I need it to. All I need it for right now is just to be able to mod on here and push VODs and run stuff like that. It does that. So I haven't had an issue to complain, and if this never happened, I would have been fine without it. But Fox is Fox, and Fox is sweet, And even if I got a sub for Betley speaking. And if you do sub for today, there's a duck emote. Fox has it when she comes back and looks on a model, she's got this little duck emote. She was just gonna do it for that. She's like, this could be really cute for an emote. So we decided for today, it's a tier 1 sub emote. And after this, because we know how everyone here loves ducks. We know everyone here loves throwing ducks. But so if people do want to be able to keep this duck emote, we're probably gonna move this to the first bits tier, which should be like 1K bits. So if we had that, then we'll do that. Hey, oh, we're 130 away from a hype train. Hype train while Fox is gone. Something 6 months of ducks. Thanks for the sub, Ritsu. And now you can duck. But yeah, this will probably be the first bit tier emote. And if even though Fox hasn't actually shown it yet, we have some new emotes coming. She kind of teased it a while. These are the emotes that back at the subathon that she did in August. She did the $500. One of the things was chat picks new emotes. Hey, Ritsu, thank you for the gift sub. But she did that where chat got to pick 5 new emotes back then. And then she got a whole bunch of commissions going, so it never got to the point where that came around. And then she finally got back around to it. And yes, she wasn't able to get them finished for today, but at some point in the next couple weeks, we have new emotes coming. If you want to dig through her Twitter, you can find what they are. Or you can check suggestions from what the final choices were for that. But those will be in a week or two. Probably. And then that'll also and then we should, when we do that, we'll probably get to new emotes for the upper tiers too, because currently she doesn't have any emotes on the upper sub tiers. Shit, this totally just happened against Fox's tier. But yeah, so we should have not only the 5 new emotes for that, we should have some different emotes coming to upper sub tiers. So if you want to be able to get some emotes on there, some emotes that are already on Discord mostly, basically. But those will probably happen too. Let's see. So this is what Betley sounds like. We know what Betley sounds like. I've been in the secret streams. I did the video for Fox on the intro to the big birthday video. That's the only place that I did a face reveal even in that. I haven't even done a... Oh, right, lol. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, back in January rather, back in January, I helped get everyone together to do a big surprise for this dude refused. Yes, there was a Betley face reveal. Back in January was Fox's birthday. I helped put together a big surprise video. Cassie, you'd probably recognize it. It's very similar to what we did a couple weeks ago with the partner thing. The same type of thing. I helped organize that, and yeah, so I helped organize that, and I surprised Fox with it live on stream. It was really good. Oh, I don't think that was it. Well, good for you. There was a VOD specifically of that video. There, blah blah blah. Specifically of that video. If you just sort by popular, it's like one of the most popular VODs. But that ended up being really fun. Man, that has a face. That has a face for it. Yep, we did the JavaScript. We did. But yeah, so if you want to check out that video, that is there, and make sure to sub to the VOD channel too. While you're at it, I'm sure as Fox likes to talk about, especially with this, I run the VOD channel. I make sure to get all the uploads up here on Monday. I'll be sorting through this. This will probably be like 10 different VODs, maybe 10 separate little videos, all sorted out into whatever, and then I'll push a full length stream VOD. I'm currently really K-Greek. Yeah, we got. Let's see. What else do we got? What else can we talk about for 5 minutes? How can we kill 5 minutes? I don't know. Again, I probably should have planned something for this, but even doing this was last minute. It was just like, yeah, is this a super famous mod of Fox? This is the super famous mod of Fox. This is the Betley, as you can tell by Betley's showtime. Yeah, Fox is on the first of her 4 breaks. You can see the full schedule in the Discord. So I followed her. I was like, hey, I've got the timing works out where I got a couple of these I can step in for. So Fox put this together, and I'll be here running a couple of these little breaks. At least 2, maybe a 3rd. That'll depend upon the time. That'll depend upon when the segment before gets over and stuff. And what is that before that? That is... that's a hand can stream before that. So, yeah, I could probably run the stream before that. I'll probably just have her go then. So, yeah, maybe we'll get a 3rd one. But I'll be here for the full 24 hours regardless. Much like Fox, I'm crazy, and I will be up for the full 24. By the end of it, I'll probably more like 36 hours a week total. It'll be fine. So fine. But yeah, once Fox gets back, we'll start the interview segment. And we'll be after we get the questions from Fox, then we'll be taking some questions from chat. I can't do that shit anymore. I'm committed. Even Fox, you should sleep. It's like, if you're not sleeping, I don't have to. And, she's got no argument for that. But it'll be fine. I did it last time. I was already yawning earlier, and I was like, oh no, this is... Why am I yawning? We're not even 5 hours into stream. I even tried to make sure I slept a bit longer today. And we know about my notorious sleep schedule. But once I get through that first big thing, then it'll be fine for hours. Once I get through that first wall. I've been up since like 8 a.m. It's 6 p.m. Oh wait, would that be for the interview? The interview is after this, so... So we'll do... Fox has questions prepared, and then after that, if we have time, we'll take questions from chat. The whole segment's scheduled to go for about an hour and a half, so we should have plenty of time to take questions from chat. And then after the interview, that's when we get to Smasher Pass. Oh, a question I had. Yeah, you could. Yeah, if you want, if you have questions, you could probably say it. For me specifically, whatever you can change it for that. But unless it's something related to the stream as a whole, feel free to ask. I think in Betley tells a story. Once upon a time, there was an ugly duckling. It was so ugly that everyone died. The end. That was a great story, wasn't it? Snore. If anyone gets that reference, thank you. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Yes, Maxie. Yes, Oru. Yes, good. I knew I could count on you guys. Yeah, but yeah, so if we take a look at the goals, if we take a look at the goals here, you can see that currently, I think we're at, when it closed down, it said we were at 400, but by my count, because I'm an early 20th American, of course I know it. The tracker seemed to see we were at 400, but I thought we were at 5, so I'm not sure, but either way, if we take a look at the goals, after the $500 goal will be the chat orders food. That'll be something that, at this point, given the time, it'll be for tomorrow. 1K, at 1K, we've got the Milky Way Lego stream. So that'll be a whole separate stream. We've got the Art with No Paint stream, that's at 1.5K. The Bob Ross art stream's at 2K. If we get to 2,500, that's the game show. And if we get to 3K, that's the goal. If we get to any of these reach goals, that 3K goal is the one I would reach. That is the Amazon unboxing. That is where, if we get to that, I'll have like a $250 budget. You will be able to send me a bunch of Amazon links for stuff we should order for Fox. And then I'll order it, and she'll do a stream opening all that. That would be real. Oh, there's a fox.
Yeah, and that's me! What did you say? Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss?
No, I'm just blabbing because I never played anything for this, so I was kind of just blabbing on, trying to find random things to talk about.
Hey, wait, but before we do the interview and stuff, right?
Yes.
Did you like the background that I made real quickly?
Yes.
That's for your segment. Hi everyone! I ate food!
Yay!
I hope I didn't scare you there for a second. I don't know how else to appear, to be very fair. Okay, I made a little mistake. I made a little mistake. Give me a second. Wait, first things first, I need Betley. Fuck. I think I'm just tired. Maybe I'm just tired. Where's Betley? Where is Betley? Why are people writing to me? Shut up. Shut up. I'm tired. I've been here way too long. Way too long. Okay, now. Jesus.
Hello, chat. Welcome to Betley Showtime, which is basically just I run the box break. Gotta mute myself because I forgot. Sleep is for see, Calico gets it. Sleep is for the weak. Hello, everyone. Once again, I didn't think of anything to talk about. I said I was gonna think of stuff to talk about after the first one. But then I didn't because, well, I've been up for far too long. Go to bed, Betley. Yeah, that will happen in... not as soon as you would like. Ooh. The sky, that's what's up. Not so much my energy level, though. All this yapping will probably help. But, honestly, for being at 17 hours and being up much longer than that, at a decent, but I'm at a decent spot of energy. Yes, Fox made this background. Did it all basically in the last like 24 hours before stream. Because I'd mentioned, it's like, oh yeah, I can do the breaks, like at least 2 of these breaks, and then I was able to do this one too. So, she made this together, and yeah. In about 5 hours, right? We've got. Well, stream goes for another 7, so, and then I'll be there longer than that. So, totally. Soon, TM. Yeah, there's Fox's notorious sleep schedule of, wow, she really doesn't sleep, and then there's me. You don't sleep 10 hours after this, I'm tying you to your bed, and not in a fun way. Aw, not in a fun way. Aw. It'll be within 10 hours after it ends easily. You sure? Will it be 10 hours? Will it be within 10 hours from now? Maybe. We shall see about that one. Yes. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone liked it? Did everyone have fun with the Duck-O-Thon? Had some really fun stuff doing on. And if you missed anything, I'll be spending my Monday cutting up this VOD and pushing it onto the YouTube in individual segments, so you should have that all ready to go. I know a lot of you were excited about the Smash It Pass, but that ended up being at like 1, 2 in the morning. So a lot of you probably didn't get to see it. But it was funny. It was very much worth going to do it. And the whole thing only took about an hour of the thing. So that'll be a nice easy little video if any of you guys want to catch up on that. We had the Betley interview earlier. That was, yeah. If you guys didn't see it, you guys haven't seen the chat yet. I knew the Chromebook was bad, and like we've talked about how if I have 4 tabs open, it kind of like, okay, yeah, now it's lagging, and a lot of times pop up in the corner like, yeah, you might want to close the tab because it's lagging. But I didn't realize, I found this what it is I have and wrote it down and found it on Amazon so I could get the specs for it. Where I actually turned it off. I think Fox almost died inside. It's 4 gigs of flash RAM, 4 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of flash memory storage. So it is, even for a Chromebook, it's bad. You would totally make a Gap video with totally, yeah, totally, yeah. But no, now that we have the PC funded, I am going to take some time to learn some basic editing, because that's something I want to be able to do now that we'll have this and ever. Nothing fancy, but taking some of like the clips and making like clip compilation videos, just stuff like that, so that Fox can focus on the bigger projects she has in mind for YouTube. So you can focus more on that stuff and more of the creative side of YouTube, but I can focus on the like fill the gaps, so to speak. Focus on some of the stuff that's a little bit easier to produce, so that it'd be easier to learn that way, And then from there, if that goes well, then it's fine. Yeah, so yeah, for me, 32 gigabytes is fine, because I'm only using it for, like, Twitch and Discord and stuff. How much RAM does it... We haven't actually figured that out yet. Like, we looked online prices about, like, okay, it should be roughly this. Well, I say we, it was Fox. She was like, it should be roughly this for, like, a decent PC, and roughly this for, like, a monitor, so I couldn't tell you how much any of the stuff we'll actually have. We'll go through it some point during the week, and we'll sit down and find a local store where I'll be able to order it from and have it, go online and do all that. So, but once it's ordered and whatever, I'll make sure to keep people updated in the Discord about, like, oh yeah, it's ordered, here, it's in, I got it plugged in and all that, and whatever. But yeah, we need to know your favorite anime game so we can judge you. I've never really been an anime person, and in general, my favorite, like, as Fox will very much loathe, I have my list of, like, oh, I want to play this at some point, or I want to watch it at some point, is notoriously long. But, yeah, so, even if I had whatever, very much a list, it's like, oh, yeah, I haven't watched this, I haven't played this, I want to watch this, but haven't. So, yeah. Oh, if I should do this, I didn't do this, and, do this, and I immediately forget all the actual mod stuff. And I've got let's see, where is, this one right here, which was, like that, so it's gonna be about this. Okay, what's the correct toilet paper orientation? I gotta think. Over. No, not behind. You put it behind, and then it just gets in the way. It's over. Thank you. Good. Yeah, if you put it behind, it's just gonna get in the way, and then you might end up like you're trying to grab whatever, and you might get something like the part of the toilet paper you're not gonna end up taking anyway. It's over the top. It's just easier that way. It's the way it should be. But yeah, let's see what it's if cereal. If cookie 7, what is potato? Like carry that, and then you gotta subtract there. If cookie is 7, then potato is water bottle. Hey Sky, welcome in. The reason I put it, yeah, see, behind I get for cats. If you have a cat that gets to it, that makes sense. See you, Retro. What about cereal? What do you mean, what about cereal? Like milk, then cereal, or cereal and milk? It's obviously cereal and milk. Milk then cereal just gets you less cereal. Cereal in a bowl or a cup? Well, that depends. If you're having the cereal dry, cereal in a cup does make sense. If you're just like munching on it as a snack, I stand by her Annie on that one. That just makes sense. The other stuff, not so much. But cereal in a bowl, cereal in a cup, I get it. I know two guys would. Yeah. Cereal on a paper plate or cereal in your mouth? Let's see, what else did we do today? What else? Let's see, we had the Betley interview. Yeah, that was fun. Smash or Pass, that'll be, again, that was really fun. That'll be a nice little thing to, when that VOD comes out, that's what I know people are gonna want to watch, so we should do this again. Yeah, that only took like an hour, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of funny reactions. I have a feeling that you guys are all going to enjoy that if you didn't get to see it live. We did a couple of art segments. That was fun, as you might have seen, as most of you saw there. She did the hand cam art, painted a nice little scene with the ducks, whatever. That was really fun. And then drawing your suggestions, she did a couple of little like art things. Actually, I take some down. She did. One like a model, one with like someone holding flowers. She did Hollow. She did Leona. She did Makia. She did some fun little art there. It ended up being really cute. And then at that point, she took break early because she was already feeling kind of tired. The mid portion of the stream, you could tell it was overnight. A lot of art. She was feeling it, but it was good. It was fun. Really good art. Always loved the art. There was a reason I said in the interview segment that art teams are my favorite. Watching Fox, what she's able to do with art, magic. Yeah, coming up after this, probably about 45 minutes or so of Guess the Game. Just as a little, like, way to wake back up, whatever. And then after that, we got Teaching Betley Art. That'll be coming at you. That should be fun. That's like, let's see, what time is that? That time is scheduled for 1300. That is scheduled for 1300. Should go for about 2.5 hours. That should be. You get to see my lack of art skills. I sent Fox a picture of the only example I have of me doing digital art, or whatever, but it's quite bad. I knew it was bad, but hadn't really like critically looked at it until now. When I went to go send it, it's like, oh, wow, that's bad. Could we also guess? Just sure. When she does guess the game, we'll be able to help guess. Yeah, we're able to. Yeah, we try to let her guess first. Like, give her a chance. Like, oh, I want to think about this for a sec, but it's a collaborative effort. It's not just like one person does it. Yeah. Yeah. So we got the Teach Betley Art coming up at 1300. That should be really fun though, and Will the art be good? No. Will it be funny? Yes. That's why I suggested it. That's why when I was going through trying to figure out stuff for this, that was like one of the first things I had in mind. Yeah. Then after that, another like half-hour break. I'll be there for that break as well. So we'll have a third Betley break time. And then we wrap up with 3 hours of repo. I know some of you here are. I don't know. I said some of you here. I don't know. Actually, the people that were here with it already left, but that's gonna be a big collab. I think she said there's like 11 people signed up for that. It's gonna be a big repo session. But that'll be a fun way to wrap it up. Repo's always, especially when you get that many people, it's always chaotic. But yeah, we also have. Yeah, it's gonna be chaos. It will be. And we also have, if we look at the goals here, I can't obviously pull it up because I don't have the stream elements. But if the goal is, we have, as part of this whole Duck-O-Thon, one of the big goals is the D&D session. Fox will be doing with the top 3 donors. She's doing a one shot that'll happen to the Discord at some point. The actual date will be figured out with what works with the 3 people, but she'll be doing a one shot campaign in the Discord with the 3 people who donated the most. And currently we have Fire Ass is in a big lead. Fire Ass is just going to be in it unless several people go crazy. But we got Aura there at 100 in second place, and we got Creature there at third place at 75. So if you want to take part of that, you want to like, oh, that sounds like really fun doing it. The bar isn't that high. I'm just saying. And even though we have a pretty good funding now for the PC, where a little bit more than what we figure we need, so that should, with that price of RAM going up every day, driving stuff up, that should easily cover a decent PC from what Fox says. But we do still have, like she said, we're looking for funding better trackers for Fox too, because we know that Fox loves to get up and dance. So any leftover money that doesn't go towards the PC will be funneled towards helping Fox get the better tracker, so when she gets up and dance and whatever, that goes better. That should hopefully help eliminate some of the weird freezing it does. Because right now her setup for tracking is like 3 different programs at once, so it can be a lot. That's what causes it to like freeze up sometimes. So getting the new trackers there will help a lot with that. But of course, no one needs to donate, and I'm gonna have to make sure they would do that. But this has been a lot. It's been really cool to see, and especially since like I said it during the interview. This Duck-O-Thon I realized like a week before it started, and I didn't say it until the interview. Happens to fall on the day I made my Twitch account and the day I watched my first Twitch stream that next day. The 2nd, 3rd of May 2024 was the days with that, and it was kind of really funny to be like, oh, I've been on Twitch for 2 years now, and now we're doing something like this. I couldn't have called that, but really cool. Hey, you got fine. You still have 15 minutes. You're good. Yeah. Well, because you took a break like 15 minutes late. You couldn't hear her, but that was Fox. She's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit cleaning up, and it was like, hey, you got plenty of time. You took a break late. But yeah, I guess there's the Fox you can't hear. Yeah, it was so weird. I knew it was coming up because I keep track of that. It's like, oh yeah, kind of like a fun thing to like mentally have, like, oh yeah, cool. And then when I noticed it was coming, I was like, wait a sec, what the hell are the chances of that? But yeah, only 2 years. I didn't really, until I started watching a streamer that Italian, like Sky, whatever. I started watching them on some videos on YouTube. It's like, I might as well. It's like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to watch the live. So it's like, create a Twitch account. Hadn't even thought about Twitch before that, and now here we are. Here we are. I'm dominating the the chat stats of the streamers that I've been most. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Because again, I did not come prepared for these. Let's see, we got the Sweden tripping. Betley is the new Foosh. I could never be Fox. Not energy. I don't have that Fox energy. I definitely don't have that Fox talent. There's only one Fox. Yeah, we got that Sweden trip coming up. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited getting the pictures and the vlog for that. That'll be really cool to see. That does mean that's not going to be streamed Friday or Saturday next coming week. On the 8th and 9th. More than worth not having stream for Fox to be able to finally beat T. Betley Duck Island. Yeah, I'd guess so. It's anything else that's fun to talk about. New emotes, if you guys weren't here earlier during the art segment, we did the Donathon in August, for her partner anniversary, or not her affiliate anniversary. One of the goals we unlocked was chat decides 5 new emotes, and we picked those out over the course of like a week, and then they kind of set the back burner for a while because she had gotten a whole lot of commissions from the couple sales she had done, and they were kind of just forgotten about for a while. It's like, oh yeah, at some point I'll make sure to remind her about that once she finishes all these. But those are gonna be coming in a few weeks now. She was hoping to finish them for today, but just wasn't able to get done. But she showed them off there, so I could kind of preview what it is, at least for this. We're getting updated versions of this and this. Well, yeah, as we say. Yeah, we're getting updated versions of the heart emote and the starry eyes emote. We are getting we're getting additions of laugh, of pat, and of a what's the third one? We're getting a Nodders emote as well. Those should be coming. They're all like lined out and stuff. Just need to actually get stuff done, but got that to look forward to in a stream in the coming days. Wouldn't she smash a pass? Well, you'll be able to watch the VOD for that. But you'll be really sad to know there was one in particular that you were like really excited about. Like, oh, this is going to be a good one. And she said pass to it. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. You're gonna have to watch the VOD for that. Twitch at youtube.com/ youtube.com/ Foxfire Archive. Yay, because it was right after I went to bed. But yeah, there was one in particular that she got to, and it was like, oh yeah, this pass. It's not doing it for me. I was like, oh, this was one of the ones that Vex like really wanted. But for the most part, it was a good mix of like, okay, that's funny, and that's a smash. I was like, okay, I wouldn't have expected that. Hard to give any specific examples I could think of, because there were so many. There was like 92 in total at the end. I know she said no to the Demon Core. smash to the demon, but she said pass to the super deep borehole. I remember those two specifically, at least. But she did smash the demon core, and honestly, based. I get it. Wait, demon core? Yeah, demon core with a smash. She ended up having. There were smash, pass, a cuddle, and no. I love science. Just keep the screwdriver in. Yeah, she did. She did love science, and she proved that with the stuff she smashed. This is why Abionic is so fun. Hours left in the stream. That should. Duh. Yeah, 7 hours. I'm really excited for the art and repo. Sure, those will go well. This. What else? What else? Oh yeah, we will have, since we hit the. Which goal total was that? Since we hit the $50 tier, we got chat decides game. So I'll figure out with Fox like what I'll get a general parameter of what she's looking for. Nothing specific, but I'll talk with her. Welcome back. Yeah, so I'll talk with Fox like Monday, whatever. Yeah, everything. Yeah, let's we'll get a general idea of like max time frame she's looking for, type of thing, and then I'll make a post in Discord, whatever, and that'll go into suggestions where you guys will be able to suggest just a game you want to see her play on stream. That'll become a new maybe weekly, maybe twice a week, depending upon the week and what else she has. But that'll be like the next big game she conquers. So you'll be able to suggest that once. I'll gather up suggestions. I'll take like the top 4 or 5 that people see. Be like, oh yeah, kind of that one, and then I'll put those into a poll after like 3 or 4 days of letting people get suggestions in, and you guys will be able to vote on that. Again, I'm sure there's obviously got to be the basic thing of like it's got to be TOS safe, but that's just a given, and probably not anything that's gonna take like 100 hours. But other than that, it should be pretty much just everything. So you guys have the opportunity to do that. That'll go out. I'll probably post that up Monday. 5 hearts. I knew someone was gonna. If it's gonna be you, or if Sky would still hear him. I mean, she did like the Becoming Empress game. But yes, you guys get to vote on that. That'll be a good one. I legit think Fox is like 5. I never actually watched any of the 5. I know the meme of 5 hearts, and I saw like 1 or 2 like screenshots of it, but I never actually looked into it at all, and I never watched any of those. So I don't actually know enough about it to know if she would. But given that she liked the last one like that she played, I could see her liking that. Let's see, what other goals? The other new stuff we had, this you talked about well, a lot of you were asleep too. You guys know Uma, obviously. I'm sure most of you know Uma Musume. In the training stuff, they have like good, great, bad. There's a throwable set where you can have those sorts. So something similar. So we're gonna have it set up something similar to the Ducks, where it'll be redeemed, where you guys can throw, and it'll throw a bunch of one particular one. So like you do it randomly, and it might be like just throw a bunch of bad, or it might be throw a bunch of great. Should make for some really fun moments if you do it hoping to get a good one, and then you get a bad one, or vice versa. So that'll come within the next week or two. Again, that was something we both completely forgot about. Until midstream was like, oh yeah, that's a thing. We unlocked the Hear Me Out cake. So we did our version of Smasher Pass. We all collected stuff and had her do it. But let's see. Yeah, where was I? I got distracted. There was that. But yeah, we did our Smasher Pass stuff. Fox is going to do one of her own. She's going to do a Hear Me Out cake. She might do as a collab. She's not quite sure, but she's gonna take her Hear Me Outs and make a thing with that. Also unlocked OC redesign stream. That's something we talked about. I believe that's going to work, where she's going to take the like some people's OCs and just like it says, give it a redesign. Might be the model or anything. That should be a fun little thing. Chad orders food. We figured that out. We figured out earlier that we're gonna do sushi, but the two of us that were there to figure it out know nothing about sushi. So if any of you guys know anything about sushi and want her to get any specific sushi, now's a good time to mention it, because that'll be something that she's gonna be ordering soon. Because she'll probably eat that. I think the plan is to eat that after the art segment, before repo. Let's probably order at some point during that. So if any of you guys actually know what you're talking about sushi, then I had to mention it. I am still here, Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was Leo. It was me and him that. It was me and them that figured it out, because it's like, I don't know. We were talking about pancakes and tacos earlier in stream, so we just like, I don't know, she can do one of those, but she doesn't have a pancake place close enough to deliver, and she doesn't have a taco place close enough to deliver. So we had to think of something else. And yeah, you can jump in whenever you want, Fox. I was just yapping away waiting for you. Yeah, you got like 45 minutes to get the game. And then after that, it's time for the art.
Well. You Fox? I don't know, can I Fox? Can I? Well, thank you again, Betley, for taking over the break. Go over.
Always. Alrighty. I will be back in about 45 minutes.
Yep, practically. Bye!
Bye!
So everyone, well, I'm back. Can you? I don't can. But no, it's time for, Betley's showtime. So see y'all. I'm gonna take half an hour. Well, 20 minutes more like that, because I will start then, gathering people. So, yeah.
Up. And we're back with the third Betley showtime, which just means I get to stall for a second while I make my notations, because I have to mark down where this ended. Let's see. Because all of this is going into the VODs for the Twitch channel. Hello, are you subscribed to Fox's VOD channel? You should be. I went to type Fox because I said Fox. I'm tired. But yes, all of this I'll spend Monday going through and breaking all of these segments up into individual VODs. It should be... Let's see. You can mark this down. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably be like 10 VODs total that'll get broken down into and shipped out onto the VOD channel. And then after those 10 are shipped out, then I'll ship out the full 24-hour plus VOD. And that'll get broken up by YouTube into like 3 separate VODs. But that'll all be in the VOD channel. It'll have its own little playlist. So when people want to watch whatever, like, a lot of people reached the Smasher Pass. We did, for those of you who joined in from the Clover Song raid, we did, as a community, we took a bunch of wild Smasher Pass ideas. Let's see, I'll pull up a couple from the channel just to see. Let's see, we had stuff from, more normal things, maybe, like, alright, scroll up to get to the normal, because we had a lot of not so normal. We had more normal ones, like Hollow from Spice and Wolf. Or... some random anime characters. Yeah, and then we had some not so normal things, like Shark Rubber Duck, one of the people's mom's goulash, the number 4, the quadratic formula, the Cola Super Deep Borehole, literally Mars. So, yeah, we went through. In total, there was like 92 suggestions from chat that made it into the final. Yeah, yeah. Someone suggested just straight up Mars. But yeah, in total, there was 92 suggestions from across the Discord, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And I put those all into a big Smasher Pass thing, and Fox React did that live on stream. That one itself's only about an hour. That one, a lot of people were looking forward to it. But it did also happen to come to, with the way we scheduled everything else, that was at... What is that? 2 in the morning. So a lot of people were asleep. That was at 2 in the morning Fox time. So a lot of people will be checking out the VOD channel for that, and you should too. What else did we do? We started off with Yap Yap. Well, I say we, it was Fox, but yeah, they started off with Yap Yap for about 4 hours. That was fun. Then they did Peak for about 2 hours. That was Peak. Yeah, lots of chaos. There was the first of these little break times that I did. Then there was the Smasher Pass for about an hour. Then we did Guess a Game for an hour. Then there was a art segment. For that, she did suggest some chat digitally. She took a bunch of, just people would suggest random stuff. There was, let's see, what suggestions did we get? Like a lady with flowers, Hollow again, Lenoa, just stuff like that. And she did those. That there was a break. The only break I didn't come in here for. There was a hand can stream where she did a painting of her with a bunch of ducks because, I mean, it's the Duck-O-Thon. Yes, Fairy Master. On scale of, oh, I'm gonna answer smart. I'm gonna answer the smart way and say 100. Hey, Ernie. But I'm excited to be able to, like, again, like I was saying during this art segment that we just had. Well, I am excited to be able to, like, use it for like some more gaming opportunities. If I have fallen asleep in my chair at some point. Surprisingly, I haven't, but I wouldn't have been surprised if I did. But yeah, like, I'm excited about being able to, like, more opportunities to do gaming. Being able to have more than 4 tabs open. But honestly, the biggest thing I'm excited for is to be able to do, like, learn some editing stuff, be able to do even just a basic editing for, like, a clips compilation video type thing. Stuff where not too hard to do and allows Fox to focus on some of the more easier stuff for the YouTube. But yeah, it should be fun. Hey, thank you for the 100. See, that's what I'm smart. I knew you were going with that. I'm a smart cookie. And with that, if you may notice, it's kind of hard to see because it's a bit small. But with that, we are $200 away from the next goal on the Duck-O-Thon, which is art without paint. So that would be, Fox would buy stuff like beer, energy drinks, wine, and she would do art with that. But yeah, so that goal is $200 away. We also have the top 3 donors get to join a one-shot D&D with Fox. The current 3rd highest donor is what's that little number under the 8? Little number under the 8. Like under the 58. That's a 1,300. If that's what you're talking about in terms of how much we've donated. Yeah, the Duck-O-Thon thing is kind of small. You do kind of have to zoom in on it. Yeah, it's currently we're at 1,300, which is still very generous. That's awesome, and being able to have a PC will be really cool. And whatever doesn't go towards the PC will be put towards Fox working to upgrade her trackers. So, like, when she dances around like this duck is doing, she'll be able to just be a little more lively. It'll track a lot better, and hopefully it stops some of the freezing that she occasionally has with it too, because her current tracking setup is like 3 different programs at once. So eventually, be able to upgrade all those. Will do, you have to be able to do a lot more dancing and movement. But yeah, let's see, what else do we do? Let's continue going through the schedule. Yes, we did the hand stream with the painting. All the art that we did will eventually make its way onto the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, you can join there, or I'm sure that'll make its way onto her social pages throughout the week, so you can check on there as well. Then we had our second break. Then we did with me being there. Then we did about an hour of guess the game, or it's more like 45 minutes. And then we went into that art segment we just did, which went about as I expected. I suppose by the end I was a little bit better than I expected to be, but by no means even decent. But it got some good laughs, especially being able to see the creation that was the old art piece I made years ago. But but yeah, it was fun though. And yeah, after this, we got Reaper coming up. That'll be for about 3 hours, and that'll tap us out then. But we got another 20 minutes till that starts. You did good. I did not. The last piece I did was better than I expected. It to all come out. It wasn't good. But I didn't expect it to be good. I purely suggested, oh yeah, Betley teaches art, just to be like, oh wow, he can't draw. This is what it looks like Fox compared to a just completely random average person. Although, it's not completely random, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so all that will make its way to the YouTube on Monday or Tuesday when it'll be uploaded, because it's bigger VODs and stuff. It'll probably take a little bit longer for all of them to get through, so I don't even try drawing. I don't try drawing outside of this either. I don't plan to. But yeah, all this by Tuesday, most of the cut up VODs should be up. And then by probably late Tuesday or early Wednesday will be when the full edition of the VOD gets through. So that'll give you plenty of stuff, both smaller if you want to watch individual segments, and the full thing if you just want something to passively watch in the background. I am definitely feeling this. Again, it's a little over 21 hours now. And I was up. I tried to sleep in a little bit later than usual. You know, and even when I woke up earlier than I would have wanted, I still laid in bed for a couple of extra hours. Trying not to do very much. Trying to, like, oh yeah, let's see if I can fall back asleep for a little bit. Or at least, whatever. But not too much success with that, but I was still ultimately up earlier than I would have wanted to be. So, I'm sure by the time I go to bed tonight, what's the whole thing will I hear my username being called out again? Let's see, so I think by the time I get to bed, it'll probably end up being, I don't know, if you count by what I even just finally got up. Yeah, it'd probably be 30 something hours ish total that I've been up, give or take. It'll probably end up being even a little bit later than that. By the end of it, it's a long one. Right now, this yapping has definitely helped wake me up a bit. Just sitting here and yapping for 15 minutes. Once Fox gets here, I'll probably even be able to actually get some proper food. I haven't had proper food in a while. It's been snacking, so because it's been me talking, then a small little break for guess the game, then more of me talking for 2.5 hours for the art. Now more of me talking. There's been a lot of talking the last 3.5 hours. 4 hours, actually, even. The last 4 hours has been a heck of a lot of talking. So not a lot of time for eating. But yeah, We love the yap. Whatever helps keep me awake. Whatever gives me that little bit of extra energy to push through these last, like, 3 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 20 minutes. I will take it. Ugh. If I've been here for 6 hours already? Something like that. I can tell you exactly. Um, actually, it was more like 7. Almost 7 hours since you came back. I think I've been lurking since the time I dropped. Yeah, I've noticed. I always keep an eye. I always keep the viewer tab open. Yeah, just to help keep an eye on who's here and if there's any people who I recognize. It's like I don't know if they should be here. So I always have this open. I always see the lurkers. I see you lurking. I see you lurking, Cassie. I know that you've lurked here before. Yeah, that's right. I'm watching. Nothing gets past the eyes of the mod. OMG, you little shit. Yep. No one. I don't call out. I'm not gonna ever call out the lurkers when they're lurking, because again, you're lurking. Cool, have fun. But I see you. I see you. I see anyone who's lurking. You've seen me pop in before without saying. Yes, I've seen you pop in before without saying anything. I have absolutely seen it. I gotta be keep. That's hilarious. Yeah, I gotta keep this tab open in case anyone can, in case anyone I see who's like, oh, that person's here. I gotta, make sure. Or if there's a specific account that's like, oh yeah, I gotta like make sure they don't end up here. Or, it's good to keep that open and refresh it regularly. And that does mean I see lurkers and they come in and just chill for a while and leave. And we love lurkers. Lurkers are great. So you can see the names of everyone. Yeah, even if you're not a sub, you can. Even if you're not in a mod, you can see it if you click the viewer list. But yeah, so like right now, I can look through this list and see everyone who's here, and I can like, okay, yep, here's this person. Oh, they've been okay. Yeah, I've seen them lurking here for a few hours, or I can refresh and it's like, oh, here's this new person that came in the chat recently. He's like, fuck, it's fire again. I don't need to say that if I see you because you always pop in a chat. Is omnipresent. There is no hiding from the mod. The hammer strikes always. Does this not other streams? No, just because. Where could you see it? Like, so if you're a mobile, and yeah, if you're a mobile, it's just if you hit the screen, you see the little symbol of people. You hit that, and that pops up the viewer list. If you're on normal Twitch, yeah, say if on normal Twitch without mod view, I think it's still just a little button in the corner, like the top right corner. Yeah, it's like upper right of the chat window. I was right. Yeah, there's a little thing where you can click it and you can see whatever. But it doesn't really happen in other streams just because having it open in any other stream is just annoying because you don't have mod view. But because you have mod view, having it there like that isn't an issue. I can still have chat open full and the stream open big, and have the viewer list open. So. Yeah. If you're not a mod, it's not really all that useful. Because there's not really many situations. Like, unless you're, like, looking to see if, like, a friend is in chat. It's like, oh, yeah, did they show up today? Yeah, okay, they're here. Maybe I'll chat. Maybe I'll pop in chat. It's something like that, maybe. But even that's kind of like, I don't know how many times you really need to worry about that. So if you're not a mod, having chat open and you're checking chat, who's in here, doesn't really provide much value. But for mods who might want to keep an eye on who's here and stuff, it's useful. But even then, not all mods do it. Hello.
Keep talking. I'm gonna anyway need to. Hi everyone.
We were just yapping about this and that, and
Food arrived.
Well, at least it arrived before you started.
Well, it's not good because I told everyone to kind of be ready 10 minutes before because, you know, that's good.
Well,
you know, collab.
Well, yeah, but if it's arrived after, then it would have been like, okay, now you have to wait here for a minute to go do that. But since now it's better finding time to eat it. It would have been better if it arrived 20 minutes ago, obviously, but...
There's so much food! There's so much food!
Yeah.
But listen, I'm hungry! Listen!
Oh, I know. I know. That was one thing I was talking about. It's like, yeah, at some point after Repo starts, I'm probably gonna go grab food. Because, like, the last 4 hours have been, like, all but 45 minutes of me talking.
Oh, shit, okay. Oh, damn, okay.
Well, because it was like, oh yeah, I came in for the one break. Then there was, I came in for a break. And there was 45 minutes of Guess the Game. Then it was the art segment. Now it's this.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm so sorry. I need to grab, like, a tissue because they
fine.
had, like, soy sauce everywhere. There's soy sauce just everywhere. Ah.
All the ducks. Fox did a great job with these graphics. And again, a lot of these graphics were made last minute, within the last 24 hours. But they came out so good.
So, Betley.
So, Fox.
It is time for you to also eat food. I will start the call with my peeps.
When you go to end, before you actually... Go.
Say.
When you go to end stream, before you end, I want to pop back in chat real quick. I want to pop back in the call.
So before end, so I should not just
like when you go to end, just like I'll pop in real quick before you actually end.
Okay.
Hey, Killy.
Yeah, I will. No, so see ya, Betley.
If you like this duck emote, it's a sub emote for the rest of the day. Come next week, it might be a bit emote. So if you want to keep the duck, you donate bits after and streams after this.
Well then.
Bye, chat. See you in a few hours.